wow, what do you know? It's time for the Pocket Knife Show. Hey, it's Mike on the mic again for another episode of the Pocket Knife Podcast. Several members of my family and I attended church in Honolulu while we were vacationing there. University Avenue Baptist Church had been recommended to us by a friend of my wife whose kids had been Hawaiian residents. We drove the 2-ish miles from our condo to their facility and pulled into the parking lot with time to spare. We were warmly greeted by a woman who happened to be exiting her car near ours. She made us feel welcome as we made our way toward the front door. Shortly after finding our seats, we took up a whole row on the left side of the sanctuary, the service began. After listening in to the announcements, which didn't mean much to us, and worshiping in song with them, there was a hula performed by a couple of young women during the service, we discovered the pastor wasn't preaching. Instead, a team from the church, mostly teens and their moms, shared about their experiences on a mission trip to Alaska. Their main focus during their time away from home was interacting with impoverished teens in a city park in Anchorage. Another team had been to the same location a year or two before this, and some of the same teens returned, showing growth in their faith. A few of the Alaskan youth gave their life to Christ during this 2024 trip as well. I can't tell you all the team did, but I'd like to share with you the gist of what one of the leaders said about the troubles which arose during the trip. First off, the team's luggage did not arrive with them. I suppose there was a layover somewhere between Honolulu's Daniel K. Inouye International Airport and Anchorage's Ted Stevens Field, and their suitcases took a side trip elsewhere. Whatever happened, they were without clean clothes and toiletries for a time. Then some unexpected expenses arose. I remember no details, so that's all you're going to get on that front. What the woman reporting to her church said next is what stood out to me most. She talked about the struggles they faced as if they were daily vitamins, strengthening and fortifying their faith, teaching them dependence upon God. She thanked the church for praying and honored God for bringing them through each problem as it arose. She then detailed interactions with the Alaskan students who'd showed up each day. That God had worked through her to bring good news to those in need was evident as she spoke. Lives were impacted. In 2 Corinthians 4, Paul talks about the trouble sharing the good news can bring. In verses 16 to 18, he urges perseverance. Listen to what he writes. We do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Could this team have been discouraged or distracted when their bags didn't make it to Anchorage on the same flight as them? Of course. But they did not lose heart. Could they have been fearful when the cost of ministry was higher than expected? Yes. But their eyes were fixed on what is unseen, the hand of God upon their work. Their faith was increased with each dose of vitamins. Are you facing troubles? God knows you are. Trust Him to see you through. Trust Him and obey Him. Do whatever He gives you to do and let Him work out the difficulties which come along. Be strengthened and fortified in your faith. You are dependent upon God, and He is dependable. Oh no, it's sad, I know. We've come to the end of the show. See you next time.